mandatory.
A supplement. You know, any kind of health supplement.
Yeah.
And there you go. You can even tell them it's a fucking CBD and fucking hemp supplement because you can ship that shit. So.
Can you actually though?
Yeah. Yeah, I asked my mail late. At least in the United States, we can.
Okay.
Yeah, I've definitely asked, and as long as it is actually, you know, what it is, but you know, they're not yanking it out and testing it. So
yeah, so my friend,
there may be issues with the crust
in the back of a painting, and I was like, you would clearly see that if you looked. Like you weren't even trying to hide it.
Just tape it on the outside of the box.
Right.
They'll just let it through because you weren't even trying to fucking hide it. They're like, all right, it saved us time. Just go.
This person's a moron. Just let it happen.
All right, let's do it.
Caribou has a crew with a whole bunch of dudes and a couple really cool chicks. Come here to learn, come here to teach. Mostly we come to bullshit. Caribou heart, we all play our part in this cannabis game. Caribou heart, come pop a squat, recreate, or just kill your pain. Rolling up weed into a bunch of dudes and a couple dang dab hits. Laughing along, getting real stoned. Don't forget, dear Uncle Rick. Caribou heart, we all play our part in this cannabis game. Caribou heart, come pop a squat, recreate, or just kill your pain.
I love that song. Cheers, Lobster, if you're in chat.
Love that song.
I'm sure he's there already. Lobster's
Really
one
funny.
of the first people in there. Shout out to you, Lobster. We love you, brother. Yeah, Tuesday night, Toke. Community session. How's everybody doing?
Thanks for involving the rest of us. I appreciate
See
that.
ya.
Thanks
I
for
couldn't
coming.
jump out of the other room fast enough when Tara told me you invited us over here. I was
Right,
like,
right
"Peace
off
out,
the bat.
everybody, gotta go."
Right off the bat, looks like Paula's having the most fun. She jumps in there, just fucking ripping it up. Prophet's got a new toy. What's
And
that?
I don't have to
Plus?
stick it up my ass, which is pretty cool. This is the
we're gonna take your
downgrade
booth
to
card
the
away.
Seahorse, but things killer, man. I'm liking this not having a torch shit.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe the price you got on that thing, man. Fucking like
Fucking A.
$16. Get out of here.
Yep. And the actual Seahorse was at $50. The other place I went to, they wanted like 70. I was like, nah, I got a better spot. So I went over there. I didn't even know of this one. I was just looking, and I saw, dude, the guy had everything. Puffco, fucking, you name it. I had to stop myself from walking out with a Puffco bong. Like, I was this close.
You
Those,
definitely
those motherfuckers are close too, man. All right?
Next time, just stay that much longer. You won't.
I had to go. I was like, no, gotta walk out this motherfucker right now.
That Boost Evo that Uncle Rick's got now. Those things are putting the Puffcos up underneath the table, I heard.
Hey,
Oh
I
yeah.
got somebody that might argue.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of people that would, but
I was
Yeah,
talking
you know,
about, I
it
think
always
40s,
goes that way.
40s be over here arguing.
those
Yeah, we'll
Puffcos,
get him later.
But yeah, those Boost Evos, I heard the ease and convenience of cleaning and just, use and everything is a little bit more user friendly. But those Puffcos are the shit too.
Yeah, I like the user friendliness of that new Evo, man. That thing's badass. Paul, are you making some gummies over there?
Yes, we're gonna make up some blueberry gummies for the Thanksgiving to share with the family.
Oh. Very nice, very nice. What are you smoking on tonight, Paula?
Good question. I don't have a clue. I'm spoiled like that. It's whatever's on the tray. Yeah.
blueberry cheesecake or blueberry cheesecake.
He doesn't even remember. He's saying blueberry cheesecake, but he
This-
broke something else out too, but he can't remember the second one.
That's
So
whatever was coming from the bag.
it's from a bag.
Can you give us an inventory, Paula, of what has been on that tray over the last, let's say, week?
Blueberry cheesecake, some fire alien, some Maui Wowie, some strawberry cobb, some unknown stuff for my processor, some fruity pebbles. We had some moon rock, some of that lovely moon rock the other day. That was delicious. So I think that's about all I got running right now. Oh, Purple Larry. That's the last one, I think. Sorry.
What Prophet? What are you using with that there new little toy you got? You rocking that peanut butter breath like you've been rocking the past couple?
That and the diamonds. Yeah.
How do you so you know the way you normally dab it, how are you liking that with the new little electronic device? Do you feel like the taste is there, the high's there, everything else? You enjoying it just as much as you do your normal? You're muted.
Keep going.
Oh, nice.
All right. So it's not vaporizing the shit before you get to it. So that's pretty cool. So like what would normally be like 2 hits for me has just been dragged out to like 4 or 5. And I'm getting some wonderful hits, great terps. It's not, I don't have to time shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm liking that. And it's not over. Sometimes you go in there a little too hot, you know what I'm saying? And you got this ripping ass one that just blows you out.
You can set the temperature on that one, can you?
Yeah.
Prophet?
If I go high though, it does. I need it on full power. So as long as I got it on that, and like I said, I'll take a glob, and with the other one, you'd hit the glob and it would just start melting even before you got to it because of the heat permeating off of the fucking titanium rig or whichever rig you had. Because I had the dab straw, and with this, man, it's like I go into the glob and I actually got to keep kind of wiggling back and forth to kind of like get it all to get a good hit, like to get the full hit, as opposed to it just ripping right through it, you know? So I can see this being very conservative as far as dabs go. So, 11 thumbs up as far as I'm concerned so far. Until it doesn't work one day and I get pissed off, and then I'll break out my fucking blowtorch again, then I'll go buy it.
So I like them, for the convenience, and like you still get a really good flavor out of them. And you're right, you don't waste anything, but you definitely get like a bigger, like right away big hit high from using other things.
Oh, absolutely. But I'll tell you what, I've taken such big enough hits, and I've done probably what equivalates to like 1 million crunches from coughing, that I don't mind the break right now. The occasional little bit of cough that I'm getting off this, as opposed to like I'm coughing, sometimes drooling and like curled up on the floor trying to bend my body back straight because my abdominal muscles are so tight from coughing.
Yeah. Be careful, because you might break a rib.
It only happens when I do hit a banger out of a bong, do that shit out of a bong, man. For some reason, if I hit it out of a bong, it just drops me to the floor, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, air, please, air.
Yeah, I know. It's a different kind of like feeling when you're coughing from a dab than it is from like flour, for sure.
Yeah. It seems like the flour is right here, but the dab is really deep.
Yeah, and you just continuously get that tickle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally.
When my dad's friend takes a hit, I just give him a dab just out of entertainment purposes, and we've timed him. He's coughed for 6 to 8 minutes before, and we're just sitting there laughing our asses off.
I've done it, man.
I I used to have a friend who was that guy. Like when we used to smoke back in the day, right? Like we all that motherfucker. He was the most ridiculous cougher in the world every time, and he was animated, goofy faces, and fucking. He tried to stop it, and that was even funnier.
Did he have the veins coming out of his head, dude?
Oh fuck!
Oh my god, dude, the veins
right here, just
coming down this way. I'm like, are you having an aneurysm, bro?
I follow this one guy and I listen, like I'll be watching his lives like while I'm doing things on Instagram. And one day I was like in the kitchen doing something and the guy is like hacking. Like this guy is like that. He coughs like no matter what. And sometimes for like a good couple minutes. And my dad walks into the kitchen. He's like, what are you watching? And I'm just like, never mind. Mind your own business. But then I got to thinking about it after, like, yeah, like that sounded really weird. Who would be watching somebody do that? All of us.
Honestly, DP, that was really cool. When you lifted it up at first, like everything about the picture showed, except the triangle showed right through the middle. That was fucking cool.
DP, I need that. I need that artwork to go with my owl, the all-seeing eye owl over here.
Ooh, I love owl.
Cool.
I love all.
I love the skull and the eye. Yeah, that's nice.
So when I seen that, I was like, I need to reach out and find out how to get that shipped to me.
I like that a lot.
I'm obsessed.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I can't turn it anymore the other way. It's the whole piece, like, it goes all the way around my arm.
Yeah. Very nice.
But my absolute, if we're going to talk about tattoos real fast, my favorite one is my elephant.
Ooh, elephants are cool too.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful work you got.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's some talent there.
Is it the
That was
same
my favorite.
artist that did both?
Yes, I'm a spoiled brat. I have the same tattoo for every tattoo I have, and I have like 20 of them, and I have pieces, large pieces. I'm so spoiled.
So I don't have anything. I've never even pierced my ears.
Lucky.
A virgin, yes.
No, I'm just never going to. Like I haven't now. I there's no point.
I'm like the opposite. I'm like, I've gone so far, I might as well not stop. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. Let's just see how far I can take.
And I had to take a bunch out for work. Like they were like, dude, that's not acceptable. Like you are literally like an electrocution hazard, like walking around. So I had to like start taking some out and shit. So
yeah, my camel toes and all that all the time. So I'm pretty lucky with that one. Yeah, I got a couple other ones that, whatever. You don't get drunk at party, pull out your let people tattoo you that don't know how to tattoo. You end up with a yearbook on your thigh.
So what you doing, Crazy Pop, Mom? It's very interesting.
Playing with balls.
Yeah, I am all the time now. It's something I do on a regular.
Must be very lucrative.
I hope so.
Depends on what loss you think.
Okay, so I am doing a photo shoot for my Christmas bulbs.
Okay.
Yeah. Do my photo shoot for my paintings. This is what I do now, apparently. And I have a hell of a lot of fun with it. Like so much fun. I was like, okay, I got to get stuff to do another one later to do like this one. And everybody's like, you actually got more stuff now? And I'm like, yeah, I couldn't just use my slippers forever. Like they are cute and everything, but they can only go so far. Yeah, so if you watch my Instagram or Cannabuzz or I guess those two right at the moment, we have like a whole bunch of stuff that is just went out. So it's super neat because we're all like collaborating and getting this shit done super fast. So it's fun.
Do you have something on YouTube?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, because like Instagram and stuff that you can post picture. No, you can post videos there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on all the
It's-
platforms now.
You say
basically,
YouTube? We're posting a video right now on YouTube.
Yeah, of course.
Sundays,
makes
you're
it-
just all for your own good, Uncle Rick. Yeah, I've been putting my videos up on Crazy Pop Mom YouTube also. So yeah, I have. You followed me. That's why you know Uncle Rick. I appreciate that, by the way.
Yeah, I'll never figure this shit out. Never, ever, ever. But I'm
hear
not
ya,
giving up.
I hear ya.
I'm not going to give
Fun
up.
watching you try, though.
You're doing really well, though. You get us like this shared screen now. Half us fuckers still don't know how to do that, but you've got
Oh.
that. So you're getting there.
Oh.
At least you keep learning. We're just like, oh, we can't do it. That's it. Make Uncle Rick do it.
No. I must admit, I spend 15, 20 minutes. They've got a whole, I've given up trying to communicate with them. They just won't allow any shit like that. But I must say, they do have quite a informative, what's it called? Blog or whatever. You can go in and find a lot of information in there, and they have like a school that you can. Anyway, I saw. Then I thought it was today or yesterday. I saw YouTube offering something else called Shorts, and Green Goddess. Did you post a short? There was something I saw. I thought on your YouTube. What is that?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how I did that. I posted a few videos, and one of them was a short, whatever the fuck that means.
Does that just mean it's shorter than regular size videos, like a clip almost, where it's not a real size video? Like, what is
I don't
that?
know, because like a couple of them aren't very long, so you'd think both of them would be considered a short then, but they're not. It's only one, so I don't know. I must have like selected something different. I don't
Probably
really
have
know.
your screen turned
I'm
around
like you,
upside
Uncle
down.
Rick. What's that?
Your screen was probably upside down. You just got to flip it. And then if you go to the top left corner, if you hit that twice and then restart it.
Yeah.
And then you got to
Okay.
spin it around once.
Yeah. If you don't, it'll mess it all up.
You gotta flip it for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
But-
how I did that. I
But
thought
that was a good a good video you posted over there, Green Goddess, on your transplant. That was good. And now you did, and I don't even want to ask how you did it, but I was aware that you had done it from Instagram, and then you got it over to YouTube. And like I said, I really don't want to know how you pull that off, but there was the thing that was a challenge for me was you were reading. I couldn't see what, like, normally when I watch it on different devices on my iPad, I can see what people are chatting.
yes.
But when I watched it today, and where the hell did I watch it from?
So you
computer.
taped it on basically Instagram and then sent it over to YouTube, and the chat wasn't there. Is what he's saying, right? Is that
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
so normally when you're finished a live, you can save
right.
it right to your phone. But I made the mistake of my phone was full. So that was actually a 2-hour live I did transplanting, and we were just talking about stuff. And then I didn't have a copy of it. So I actually had to go back and download a screen recording app to record that and then edit it and put it on YouTube. It was a real pain.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one not doing that, but going to the extreme of what the hell did I just do and how can I fix that? I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I feel like I'm in a nightmare all by myself right now.
Well, I bought this new freaking phone, and it's the only phone I've ever owned where you can't like add a memory card. So
Oh.
like it gets full quick, and like I just didn't realize it was full. So I did go into my phone after, and I like deleted a bunch of stuff, so it should be good now. But
Hey, Uncle Rick, there's important questions in chat. The world needs to know how many pins are in that damn map.
No, I've been falling behind. I've got a lot of work to do, but
Unacceptable.
I
Let
know,
the fans
I know.
down, Rick.
Yeah, no, I promise I'm gonna get 2 more today. 2
Have you
more.
got
All
everybody
right, we're gonna hold you to that. Well, how many?
Okay.
How many you got in there so far?
We're looking at oh my God, 9. Yeah, you see, yeah. Now you see. Now, for example, hang on.
Come on, people out there. Seriously,
In my
9 pins?
defense, in my defense, like Michigan, what am I going to do with Michigan? Okay, like got way too many friends.
You know what you need to do? You need to like pin a little fucking like number to like this state.
Plus, you fucked him all up.
You know,
You just fucked him all up.
Yeah. This can get really, really
you get like a
complicated.
pin with a number on it, and then you could just like change that pin every time.
Oh, dude, he wouldn't be able to do it. He'd take that pin and stick it on the map.
Like, for example, I was thinking about like Captain 420. He started in Thailand and then he came back to the US and I thought, well, I'm going to have to get another pin over there and then maybe a thread or something. And then when he got to California and so on. So it can get very complicated, but cheers, chat. Love you.
Hey, Uncle Rick, Lobster Bush don't have a pin, man.
Yeah. Uncle
Okay,
Rick.
well,
We're gonna have to slap you.
I have to.
I'm gonna tell my mother to represent when she's over there.
I need coordinates. That's what I'm talking about.
Coordinates.
Yeah, no, we got a lot of work to do, but like everything else, I get a little
Pretty
bored.
much sums it up, Adam. Pretty much sums it up.
Yep.
Kingfisher says he's in
No.
Greensboro, North Carolina. There you go.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hey, I fucked a chick from
I have
Greensboro.
got
Good time.
You and him could be Eskimo brothers.
She was visiting, going to Brown.
Maybe he, met the same person before he's with his wife.
Possibly.
But
We could be like, I don't know what you would call that.
Eskimo brother.
There you go.
That's what it is.
Hey, real quick, for everybody out there, man, we gonna do the chat.
Hey.
No, top chat, live chat, top chat.
Well,
Do that thing.
yeah, go ahead. Do that while he's figuring out the first one. The first pin.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So if you folks would like to have your ultimate chatting experience, maybe like just hit that little arrow down where the top chat is, right? And that'll knock it down. Give you an option. Give you a live chat option. Hit that live chat option, man. It's gonna be so much more fun chatting with everybody else if you do that. And while you're out there, hit the like button for us, because fuck it, why not?
And subscribe.
Hit the unlike button for us. I want everybody to just dislike this whole video today.
Hell yeah. Subscribe to dislike and get the notification to dislike, obviously.
No, do
Wanna
one
be-
better. Go ahead and sign up for Patreon, but leave a message with your Patreon saying how much you disliked it. That'd be great.
That would.
Man, Patreon. Speaking of that, Rick.
Yeah,
you
hold
know those
on.
people?
Let's not go sidetrack and remember that. We got another one we got to lay out. Lobster Bush is at the tip of Virginia. Rick, can you find that?
Virginia. Okay.
He's gonna Google a picture of the fucking map.
way too many, way too much.
Come on,
on my plate here.
get the tip.
Wait,
I'm
tips
just
in front
working
of
on the Patreon. Okay.
Look for a state with a tip and not Florida.
You're gonna have to help me a little bit with my geography. I thought I had this figured out, but I'm gonna need a bigger map, I think.
DP, throw up the hand. Throw up the map hand for him. Quick.
And say
No, you
now,
had it.
I
That
know.
picture you drew, man. That picture you drew was fucking epic. Throw it up there, dude.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to take this call. Sorry.
The caption should
I
be
will-
the
I
world
promise
according
I'll
to
get
Rick. That's all that exists.
That would be coming soon.
We'll have to jam South Africa in a little small spot there in the corner because we know it exists. shit. He was supposed to do the Patreon pin stuff. We were relying on Rick for like another 20 minutes.
I know. He was gonna fucking like hold the show for like 10 minutes, but now we can't fucking do that. So I guess hey DP, did we ever get to like what are you smoking? Let's go around the panel. What are you
Did
doing?
you even say what you're smoking on?
What should I?
No, I'm gonna do that last.
Oh, gentlemen.
I guess I'm either gonna spark up some Dosey liquor or the Stranger Danger right now. Probably Dosey or Stranger Danger because the Dosey is a little bit heavier.
Now, if you combine it,
uplifting zoomy to where I'll just stare at the screen for about 20 minutes.
If you combine the two, would it be licking strangers?
Oh.
I'm just asking, man.
Lick some strangers, buddy.
Strangers lick.
The stranger liquor.
Crazy
stranger liquor.
All right, we need that strain.
Man, I need to buy that shit now. We need to fucking cross that. We need to
Somebody cross that shit.
I tell you what, though, I got that Granddaddy garlic, like specifically for at night. Like right before I go to bed, I'll smoke a joint of that, and that stuff really helps me settle down into the pillow.
Hey DP, you have the Dosey liquor. Do you have the seeds or do you have? You do. So if you by chance pop a male, how about you just throw that my way, and we will pollinate that fucking Stranger Danger, and we will make Stranger liquor.
I like this.
Yeah. Now that Stranger Danger, does it have like candy fruity terps? Because it should.
Mine's meat, nasty, just funk, just.
See, no, it should be like fruity and flavorful if it's called Stranger Danger, because that's how they attract the children.
Man. We're not going for the real thing.
Oh, come on. Ooh. So what stranger liquor gotta smell like? Vaseline and shame? Or Astro God and shame?
Astro God and shame.
No, that's a term.
Let's roll this over. Hey, Green Goddess, how about you? What are you smoking on?
I am
can't do shit on this show.
Called where did it go? Dirt Banana. It's pretty good. It's a hybrid. Well, everything's a fucking hybrid, but this is like more of a more of a hybrid. It's really good. In fact,
what kind of profile you had on that?
Shout out to Chad and fucking chat.
How about yourself, Tara? What you got?
Me?
No, the other Tara.
Okay, sorry. Nobody asked what I was doing or anything. I wondered if you even knew I was here. Sorry.
Listen, I kept telling you, anytime it's a free-for-all, it's jump rope with razor wire. You gotta get
jump rope with razor wire, eh? Okay.
Gotta get it.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I have been smoking on BC Godbud. And I got a new rig today, which is pretty awesome. It's from England. It's got like the tiniest bowl I've ever seen on it. I don't know, but it was for Christmas, so yeah.
That's a little rig. Is that a perk rig, or I didn't quite see that.
It has two jellyfish perks in it, and then it's got the perk in the ash catcher.
Oh, nice.
I think it's kind of neat.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, guess what, Fluff? I got the power. So you did once or twice.
And it was only 17 pounds. Well, $17 in English money.
Why can't we all just like have the same money and stuff?
Right.
Same temperatures. Please, everybody. It's 2022 almost. No more daylight savings time.
Well, I like Fahrenheit because I know it.
I still get that shit wrong. I'll look at it and it'll be like 45. I'll be like, oh, yeah, it's warm. I'll go outside. It'll be freezing. I'll be like, oh, it's 32. I'll be like, oh, it's cold. I'll go outside and be like 100 degrees. So obviously I'm not very good at Fahrenheit either.
Whoa.
I mean,
no, that's math, man. You're not good at math, not Fahrenheit. I either want to buy bags off of you or I don't. I don't know which one.
I feel like he's definitely the dude you want to do it from.
I got this 60-gram ounce off of him. It was great. Or you got
Right?
this
He's just
12-gram
oh
ounce.
man, I had this and I had this and I had this. No, you get like the ounce fucking eighth. Yeah, a little bit of everything thrown in. He'll throw you some fucking concentrates and some seeds
Looks
on top
right.
too, just because that's how the fuck he is.
I was taught from the best.
That's why his math is all messed up. See what you did? Dude don't even know when it's fucking cold out. In Chicago. Doesn't know. It's always cold.
Oh, that is wrong. It is hot.
Especially, no, this time of year, I imagine it's always cold.
Oh, chilly. Not cold. It ain't cold yet.
It's been cold over here, man.
Cold one day and the next day like t-shirt weather. It's weird.
We had a week of that, but it's back to cold. Like fucking 30-degree mornings.
Yeah, it's freezing here.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's Canada. We expect that.
Yeah, but you know what? People always say that, but then like I'll have like a friend in Michigan tell me the temperature and it's like colder than here. I'm like,
I know, but we think you're a frozen fucking wasteland, and that's just all there is to it. I mean, it's fuck Canada. It's
That's what we were
giant
taught.
tundra. Might as well be fucking Antarctica to us.
We were told you guys can hockey all year round, and none of your lakes ever not freeze. Yeah.
It feels like it's winter here all the time. Yes, of course. But I mean, no, not really.
It's like July and August is nice.
Are you telling me that cartoons and my school system has lied to me? That's messed up.
For me, anyway, I like it really hot. I should not have been born here. Like, I'm only happy in July and August. Sometimes June if it gets hot early. And that's about it.
I feel I would do a lot of hibernating if I lived in Canada.
Seriously, I don't leave my house unless I have to. And then I go and start my car for like 20 minutes before I even go out there.
Yeah, we're bad for that here too. But my husband's got a bad back. So any kind of cold is just fucking ridiculous. But I mean, yeah, we're just like, heat the vehicle. We'll just sit in the house and wait for that because no, it's fucking cold in our truck. It's like a truck with no insulation kind of thing because it's old school truck, right? So it's just like, are we sitting on the metal? Holy fuck.
Yeah, I have an old car too. So it takes like at least 10 minutes just to like kind of feel warm. And then the next 10 minutes to actually heat it up. My AC went out in the summer, so that's fucked now. I just need a new car.
No, DP.
Oh man, got to put me on the spot. I met up with this guy that I just met him on Instagram not too long ago. Met up with him for a sesh over here, and he hooked me up with some gnarly ass seeds from Masonic. Definitely gonna be popping some of these.
Cool.
Yeah, super excited.
Dude, I can't wait to see what you get out of that, man. I don't know much about Masonic, but people rave about everything that dude does, and
yeah,
I know that Wilson people talk a lot of good stuff about too. So
cement shoes and all that. I've heard he has some pretty good breeding stock from what I hear, so I don't know. We'll find out, I reckon. I'm excited to pop some of those. I'll probably throw some of those in water tonight, or I should think about it. I don't know. I just popped a bunch, but who knows?
So Rick, are you ready, Rick?
Yeah, I apologize for that. That was my son, and he's considering a career change, and we're bouncing stuff off. So sorry about that.
Are you gonna go look for the tip of Virginia?
Okay, first of all, North and South. Hello.
Oh no!
Carolina.
Oh no!
They're on the coast, aren't they?
What was that? North and South what?
Carolina.
South Florida?
No. North and South Carolina, North and South are on the coast, correct?
Yes.
You're
Believe
gonna
so.
leave me hanging, aren't you?
Believe so.
They're on
Yeah,
the
it's
coast.
over.
Okay,
it's over-
okay,
I figured
okay.
you were looking first. If you were looking,
I've
on the
Heard
coast,
of
you'd see
Myrtle
it.
Beach and shit. So I mean, I don't
Thank you.
know.
Oh, God, you read my mind.
I
That's
think Rick's
exactly
the
what I
only
was gonna.
true geography expert on this panel here. So why he's asking for our help, I really don't
He's got a
understand.
fucking map in front of him asking
was
us where
waiting for-
shit is.
Right? Yeah, he's the one staring at the map.
swear-
Like, where is it?
I swear, I was
So-
just gonna ask about Virginia Beach, and that is in North Carolina, correct? Okay, and then
Did
Norfolk.
you just say Virginia Beach in North Carolina?
Okay, and but Norfolk is in Virginia, is it not? Norfolk?
Dude, I've been one state or two states over from like the very edge of the ocean.
What did you do? Accidentally leave your house and you had ended up in a different state?
Yeah, I fell asleep during a ride, and I was like, I woke up, I was like, yo, what the fuck's up with these numbered exits, man? They're way too high for my place.
So you
What's
what? I've
that?
been
Is that a 20? What the fuck's your exit 20 doing here?
And we don't have that many damn exits, man.
I need
So
a
what-
bigger map. I've decided I need a bigger map.
You need a bigger map. You need
So-
glasses probably, so you can see the fucking map. That's probably the problem. The map's big enough. That's a big ass
No.
map.
I got
That
one.
is-
I already got two thumbtacks in the Carolinas, and that's pretty much wiped out Virginia as well.
So
I
it
need
seems
a
to me
bigger
like
map.
you need pins, not thumbtacks. Thumbtacks
He's
too
got,
big.
he's got
Pins.
3 nails up there.
That or maybe take a marker, just dot on, you know, deet, deet, deet.
Oh yeah,
But
get
he
like a
needs some
bingo marker.
wallpaper.
You just boop.
Each
Yeah, we need a
state
bigger-
is
he
part
needs a
of the
bigger map.
wallpaper. That
He
would
needs
be,
a bigger
that would be
map.
what you need.
Okay, just get the BB gun.
That looks right. Pow. Shit.
Anyway,
Well, you're Canadian now, lobster.
Anyway,
Patreon.
Green Goddess, I wanted to talk with you about your transplant there. There was a few interesting subjects came up, and I just was wanting to maybe add to it in our. Can you hear my dogs? Fuck.
No, you're good.
Oh,
I
God.
heard him, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, anyways, what was one of the well, talked about the water, your water quite a bit. Yeah, and it's nice to, if you're using tap water that has chlorine in it, it's nice to take it out a day or so earlier to allow all the chlorine to leave the water. Okay,
So
and
honestly, I don't do that. I don't do that. So some people were saying in the chat that they do that. I haven't done that, and I know somebody else that doesn't do that. If I noticed like any damage, then I probably would, but they've been fine. They look really healthy actually. And then another person questioned my pH, but they look beautiful. So I'm gonna keep it exactly the way I've been doing it. I'm not gonna change. Because I thought about it, like when the person said that, like their pH is quite a bit higher. And I was like, ooh, like maybe I'm doing it wrong. But like, no, they look beautiful. I'm
But
gonna.
do you know that? But do you know these numbers? So if something does go awry, you have a number to fix. So you know.
Totally.
Agree.
Okay.
I agree.
So you can tell me right now what your pH is, right? What you're pHing at? Okay. So what are you pHing at?
So I'm.
Or you're
Yeah,
sorry,
I'm.
go ahead.
That's okay. But so I'm not. I just bought that meter, so I'm not completely accurate up until I start using that. I'm just using the liquid. So I'm between 6 and 6.5. So somebody told me I had to go higher because I'm using living soil and the pH goes down with that or something.
So in reality, the optimum or the kind of regulated like optimum range for a cannabis plant in a living soil is from 6 to 7. So, and really, right. So, and really your microbes are doing your work. So if you are pHing, then you're just making it easier on the whole system. You don't have to pH in a living soil, but you are feeding with a salt nutrient though right now also, right?
I'm not using anything. So somebody told me that I don't need to use anything.
Okay. I saw that you got like a bag of living soil.
Did, yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if that is a water only full cycle soil that you bought. I don't remember which soil you bought, but
yeah.
So it says it's for the full cycle.
Yeah, so it said you might have to like top up the dirt a little bit, which I will be doing. Yeah.
Well, you're going to be doing more transplants anyway, correct?
No, that's where
they're in their forever home now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, something, definitely like a casting or just putting a little more of that living soil on top and watering it back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of the key to that is when you see that plant starting to change that color just a little bit, you're probably a beautiful luscious green right now, right? And eventually you're going to see that green fade just a little bit. Like you'll start to notice it. You've already screwed up. So before that thing starts turning yellow, you want to get that extra top put back on there. Yes. And you want that thing to be in absolute optimum shape before you hit flowers. So
totally
just, keep those things in mind when you're doing that, because that's the biggest crutch with the living soil.
Yeah.
Could you give Green Goddess a bit of a timeline, Fluff? Like I that was something I was going to mention too, is that in so many cases, people say, okay, I'm going to veg for 3 or 4 weeks. And quite frankly, when you're talking about vegging, like throw away the calendar. What you want is a tape measure. I'm going to veg until I have a full canopy, or unless
goddamn tortilla chip.
But whether it's 3 weeks, 4 weeks, we don't know. We don't know that shit. But anyway, I got sidetracked there by Paula.
No, that is a good point too. I agree with that fully. I'm not a 4-week veg. I don't give a shit what it looks like in 4 weeks. I care what it looks like when I'm ready to flip it. And I will grow it until it is filled out the space that I want it to fill out. Yeah, I don't go by a schedule on veg. You're absolutely right there. That kind of stuff, I mean, that's for somebody who's cranking out, production. That's not for me.
A lot of my time, my veg runs longer than I wanted to, because I'm waiting for my flower to finish. So it's like I got to wait for my flower room to be empty before I can move it forward. So I go at least 2.5 months easy.
That's like my problem right now, man, is I've got some fucking plants that are nice and yay high that they're like, yeah, flip us into bloom like 2 weeks ago, man. We're ready. And my tent and the bloom tent's just saying, man, we ain't got fuck all for space in here, man. We're already pretty jammed in here.
Well, that's the thing with like the soil, is just that availability of the nutrients, like they're saying, you know what I mean? So like the pot size, that timing that you're in veg, all that matters. And I got tricked into that water only, you know what I mean? You hear about this water only super soil and living soil and everything like that. And that's not indefinite. It only has a finite amount of resources and bioavailability. And then like Fluff was saying, I didn't know that once you already see signs of deficiency, it's already been hindered, that optimal growth period is gone. Especially when you're on these timetables that we are. We don't really necessarily have the time to sit there and let it recuperate all the way, especially with perpetuals and everything like that, So that's a huge thing, is pot size, what you're top dressing with, because I didn't know. I just thought, oh yeah, water only, boom, I just got to water it and stuff. And then I didn't know the importance of pH even with organics. There's no reason for those microbes really to be doing extra work, expending extra energy that they don't really need to. Of course, it's good for them to be there to buffer, pH imbalances and stuff like that. But if you're giving it a steady, pH range, that's optimal for that environment. Yeah.
I did the, the same exact thing, the soil good from veg to bloom or whatever. I found it great for veg. Like I didn't have to feed a shit except water, but when I went in the flower, figuring it said it was able to go through flower. I wasn't at all happy with the end result. They needed amendments, it needed shit like that, which I didn't know about. But I mean, I'd use it honestly as like, I don't have to feed my friggin' veg plants any nutrients for like 2 months.
So when you put them into flower, like, were you adding dirt in the whole time as well, or no?
Well, I just put them in a straight up size pot that I was running at. Might have been a 5 gallon at the time, and it was a while ago. And figured that was fine. And like I said, it went through veg, and everything went fine the first week or two of flower. But I was new. I didn't realize about amending the soil or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, fucking my veg plants look great. I was fucking ecstatic.
So from what I've read, basically, is you do need to keep topping it because like it'll use all those nutrients sometimes, and then you do need more.
Yeah, I know that now, unfortunately.
I mean, typically most of those soils, in even like say like a 2 or 3 gallon pot, you can get about 2 weeks easy. Before you definitely know you start seeing things. I've even pushed like 3 and 4 weeks if you got a good batch. So basically, I just kind of, with something like what you have, that's a little better quality, pretty much monthly, I would just retop with a little bit. Me personally, I mean, I'd really probably go to and just get like a dry amendment and just, top off with that. It'd be a little more effective. You bring a little more to the table that way, in my opinion. And that's what I would do. And, you have great products up there in Canada with like the Gaia Green. So like their bloom, I believe 484, I think it is fucking fantastic stuff, man. So, just give it a monthly top dressing with that. That thing will kick ass.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
That'll be good. Question, how are you watering? Are you bottom feeding for watering or top feeding?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm top watering. I'm not getting complicated on this one. I don't want to, like, somebody was like, oh, you got to get some CO2 in there. I'm like, dude, no. It's gonna be very simple this time. But now that you say that, like, I'm sitting here, like, I'm so excited and I'm having such a good time that in my mind I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna order those poles that I need for that 4x4 and put it up, and then I can put seeds in, and
hey, you got the bug.
I'm gonna go nuts here if I'm not careful. Yeah.
I'm kind of curious. Is it your intention to be straight organics? Because I think I saw it. Was it you that got the Remo with the living soil?
Yeah, so so this store, what you guys got to understand is I have to drive 45 minutes to get to any grow store from where I am, and that's just one way. So I do think I'm gonna go to cocoa eventually. So I decided just to buy a bunch of stuff, and whether I use it now or later, that's fine. I had the money. I don't want to make another trip there,
I understand that totally.
So yeah.
Okay, because I was just wondering if you had any interest in Synganics. Because with that living soil like you're using, as it starts to deplete over a couple of weeks, you start treating it with we start with a weaker dose of like your Remo, and then build up your its tolerance to the Remo, I guess would be the best way to put it. But still do your top dressing and stuff like that, and your microbes, and there's lots of positive data about that
on this at all, because then it kind of defeats the purpose. But I am gonna go and get something, but I still think I'm gonna try to not use anything and just keep top dressing it. So I know people think I'm crazy, but like when I grow outside, I don't use anything, like nothing. I never have, and they've came out perfectly fine. So
yeah, the ground has a amazing amount of fucking
Yes,
nutrition.
it does. But I think that I can get away with doing that. If I have to get something, I will. But I'm gonna wait and see.
Now, like when you go to top dressing, with something like that soil, you don't just like top dress a little bit. You put like an inch or two layer on there, for a top dressing. So do you make sure that you have enough, that you left enough room in your pot to be able to?
Yes, I have enough room right now to do it if I wanted to do it. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, but yes, there is. There's like probably 6 inches.
Fluffy, how important is like when Green Goddess is watering, that she does a full saturation of the container?
You're running like a living soil. Saturation of the soil needs to stay fairly consistent. It's not like you don't really run the wet dry cycles like a lot of the cocoa growers do. You keep a very consistent soil moisture. That way, your microbes can travel, get their work done, get the nutrition back to the plant. So the real key isn't like a real thick saturation or like trying to water to run off like a lot of these people do. It's just making sure that you have a good moisture content in your soil so that the life can do what it wants to do.
And would you recommend products like Recharge as well?
I mean, absolutely. If you're running any kind of living soil, it's really, I believe Potemponic Steve even mentioned it. A lot, they're figuring out that a lot of these terpene profiles and the cannabinoids are being increased by microbe diversity. So throw it at it, man. But
that Recharge, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, things like Recharge, EM1, SLF, there's Mammoth P, there's a million of them. And I mean, we can all get crazy and just buy all of them and, do that. But a lot of them are just very redundant. So, but yes, any microbe that you want to put in there will absolutely be beneficial, no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah, Recharge has only been available in Canada for about a year now, and now there is a direct distributor in Canada. I don't get, this is not a paid commercial. I just really believe in the product. RechargeCanada.ca.
Now, Fluff. Do you think Recharge and Mammoth P are a good combo, or do you think only one is needed?
Absolutely. Recharge is more of a nitrify, like a nitrous. Not nitrous. Jesus Christ, nitrogen.
Nitrogen.
Nitrous. What? I'll buy 5.
Nitrifying, I think, is the word. Anyway, but yeah, it's more for like the veg cycle. It's made for the veg cycle, where because it's got the mycorrhizae in there to help the root system and everything else. So that is made for your veg cycle. And cut that off 2-3 weeks into your flower. I think they suggest 2, I believe.
And then the Mammoth P are basically like flower microbes.
Start with the Mammoth P right after that. That's your phosphorus solubilizing microbes or whatever microbes. So they are specifically driven for flower. Now that shit's expensive. And
so Recharge, is that anything like Great White?
Yeah.
It's,
very much.
So if I have Great White, is there any point in me buying Recharge?
Yes, there is. There's still some small like mineral and micronutrition because it's like stabilized with a like molasses. So there's a little bit of some, like minerals and stuff in it, and it's a bacteria, it's a bacterial inoculant for your soil. It's not just a mycorrhizae product. Where I believe your Great White it's a mycorrhizae, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and that, if I recall, is just a mycorrhizae product. So, really the only reason that I know to use that nitrogen fixing. Thank you, Adam. Really the only shit. Now I lost my fucking train of thought. But,
All good. I got my
garage
Christmas
is
list.
Really, yeah, for your roots and getting those inoculated. So.
All right, so I got my Christmas list ready. I got at least 3 that I got to bang out.
We got
Right. They were talking. Yeah, Recharge has the trichoderma in it also. So there's, I forget.
I've used it a few times, but it was given to me in like a bag, you know, and with the instructions. So, you know,
there's also been a little bit of a conflict with the trichodermas. You know, like people kind of really throw Recharge at their plants a lot. Like they got a problem, throw some Recharge to fix it. Well, seems that, you know, there's been a lot of talk about, you know, some problems with the with overdoing trichoderma. So
see, CalMag fixes everything. I wouldn't throw a Recharge at it.
There you go. Fucking when in doubt, CalMag.
If you're using CalMag already, you're good. You're good. Oh, there they are, the Patreon supporters. Crazy Pop Mom, Stony Rockefeller, Raider Dank Vader, Hypothetical Genetics, BC Stoner Mom, Dave's not here, Sticky Icky Cookie, OP7420, Lobster Bush Bro, Papa Z, G-Bay Genetics, Colden Bridge, Astro Charlie, Eric Taylor, 420 Green Goddess, Terra Love 420, and South Nelson Farms. Cheers, yeah, all.
Go.
Like, subscribe, top chat, live chat. We covered it all.
I was like almost
we're
a
gonna
disco
get you
moment.
some of those fluorescent pointer things like air traffic controllers use next when we do this from now
He was
on.
totally doing Saturday Night Fever. Totally.
Get him to do the like John Travolta afro too. Will does it?
Straight up. That's how I walk to the beat of Staying Alive. Like that's my rhythm of walking.
The best part is everybody watching just imagined that, and everybody's like, "Yeah, I can see that."
It's either that or I'm a Tigger because Tiggers bounce. So you know.
Can I bring up the art show? Are we out of a lull?
Sure.
No, I mean it's on camera.
I don't like you today either, Prophet. You're not my friend today.
Oh,
Get
come
back
on.
to
Yes, I
tomorrow.
am.
How fast I hurt your feelings. Don't pick on me. It's not nice.
I'm not picking on
Okay,
you.
so tomorrow night is the art show on this channel, Caribou Heart channel, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And apparently I have an 8 p.m. Central time. So look at me go. So we've got Sticky Icky Cookie, and she is going to Mexicate us. Yes, she is. And we've got Cannabridge, and DP's going to be there, and Stony Rockefeller's going to bring us the beats. So we have them starting the show. So it's going to be exciting. And I have a special guest, but I'm not telling anybody. And I don't care if y'all say, but I'm part of the Caribou crew. I should get to know. No, you don't. It's my secret, and I like it that way.
Hey, there are certain benefits that are allowed to be into the Discord that you're allowed and that we're allowed.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, that was the sploo I got this afternoon, and I just really now.
I didn't even read it. I'm just saying.
Over here.
It's okay. Well, so that's fine. You can leave an idiot in suspense. It's cruel, but you can do it.
It's something I thrive on. I'm sorry. It's just something I do all the time. I buy you gifts and I don't tell you. And I go, I got you something. And then I talk about it all the time, but I don't tell you what it is. It's just something I do. It makes me very, very happy.
See, my wife can't hold on to a gift. She has to hand it out. So, like, my Christmas gift I got, it was a brand new wedding ring. And I lost it today at work. I got it yesterday.
You did not lose that ring.
I did. I
You
honestly
did not. Oh no.
I was
Dude,
sitting here
Kara Love
after,
about to stab you in the throat right through the screen.
dude. I was
I
sitting.
saw those
No,
on
it's
I was
just I
sitting
saw
here
I saw
after
the
work,
ring and it's a beautiful ring.
and I saw
I saw the
I
ring.
looked at my hand
Hey,
after
Tara.
work, man. I was sitting right here, and I was like, wait a minute, something's missing because I
You
haven't
know how
worn a
to
ring.
turn your volume down just a little bit? Because you are extremely loud.
Am I extremely loud? I apologize
Very loud.
profusely for that. Okay, hold on.
How was that, Rick? The headphones on?
But yeah, I was sitting here and I looked at him like something's missing. What is it? And I was like, oh fuck, my ring. And I'm like, where the fuck did I lose my ring at? Like, it's got to be at the job site. Maybe.
I've had 2 wedding rings in my life, and actually Raider Dank Vader, he's still there out there. I imagine he'll appreciate this. So both my wedding rings were Oakland Raider wedding rings, because I was like, if I'm gonna get married and I have to wear a piece of jewelry, it's gonna be fucking cool. So I managed to find Raider wedding rings. The first one I lost before we even got married. I don't know how I managed that. It just disappeared, and we never did find it again. And then it was because I was playing with it. I should probably put that out there. And then so she gets me another one. Then I just lost that one, like, I don't know, like not even a year and a half ago or something like that. But anyways, I just thought it was cool. I had
That is
wedding
cool.
ring.
I have a generic red wedding ring, and I wore it for many years. I've gone through so much shit with it, and I never lost it. I get a nice one. Less than 24 hours, it's fucking gone.
Dude, it's just like sunglasses. You get a pair of cheapos and you'll keep those things around forever. But you go out and get a nice set of Oakleys or Ray-Bans or some other crazy expensive stuff that I don't know about, and you're gonna crunch those in the tailgate of your truck, or some other stupid thing will happen. That didn't happen.
I'm gonna learn from Uncle Rick. I'm just gonna cut my ring finger off.
Solve that little problem, eh?
It's not that bad, man. You know, the ring doesn't really feel that heavy, especially when you lose it.
Okay, is this any better, guys? I apologize.
Much better.
Good.
Much better? Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Just coming in,
okay.
yelling, being belligerent.
Have good quality shit.
But we want to hear your story.
My story?
Damn right, hillbilly. That's how I did mine too.
Yeah. Have you got a story for us?
No, I don't have a story. I just my story was that I ended up seeing Prophet's ring, and it was really disappointing that he lost it. That was it.
Thanks. I already had to hear it like 3 times today.
I know.
It's almost like having a third one up your ass, isn't it?
Now 4, because, you know, a roommate is my wife's best friend. So, you know, that's obviously, come on, ride this train, you know, that type of thing. So it's like slam, and then slam from the girlfriend. She's right. Their friend's right there. And they're like, yeah, that's fucked up. Slam. It's just like, yo.
Ooh, Prophet, man. Hey, more power to you.
It's been a bad day.
Nah, it's pretty good. Pretty good day.
Right on.
Up until that moment. And then I was just like, shit. You know, you have that, like, I almost pooed myself moment, because, like, your heart skips a beat and you realize, oh, fuck, I might be fucked. And you feel it in your gut. Yeah, that I had that go on. It's like, takes like, you know, less than 40 seconds for it to all work its way down from your brain to your ass. Yeah.
Hey, we were all talking earlier. Well, I mentioned it when I was making a joke that I planted a couple of hyped autos, right? I'm sorry, I'm sidetracking this whole thing, but I thought about this and it's funny. And I want to see if anybody else has ever come across this. So 2 of them didn't come up. I don't know what happened. I saw them. They had.
Muted yourself again, Fluff. How come?
Hey, I don't know why you ever let Prophet play with the buttons.
Oh,
Well,
okay. So
I actually, that's funny. I forgot that he was the host. I'm waiting for my internet to go out at any time. I've not been frozen in a couple minutes, I think. But
All right, man. I couldn't resist. I had to get you. Go ahead. Because I knew you didn't know I was the host.
I did too. But see, I pay attention, Prophet. See, that's how this works.
Oh.
But no, so 2 of them didn't pop. So I was like, hey, why the hell didn't these things show above soil, right? So I went digging. I actually laid a tarp down, dumped my pots, and went through the whole damn thing. There is no seed in sight. There is no seed husk in sight. There is no, it doesn't even look like there was ever one there. Has anybody just lost them?
I had that happen once. I went through a fucking pot looking for this fucking seed, man.
Or light off thinking it's a seed with dirt on it. Oh man, yeah.
It helps, Fluff.
I
it helps a lot if you actually plant a seed in the pot before you start watering it, eh?
I gotta defend him, man.
Definitely there.
Yeah, I gotta defend him.
Because I was talking with Hype about it, and he actually came up with this like great idea because we were talking about, you know, just how a lot of people get way too fancy about when they're planting shit, and I'm just a fucking toss it in type of person, right? So I don't have a problem. I'll grab a motherfucker by the root and put it in there. I don't care. But he was like, yeah, I'll do the same thing. He says, but I'll put some Mycos on my fingers. That way, if I touch it, it's actually beneficial. Not. I was like, it's a really good fucking idea. A really goddamn good idea.
There's some
You don't do that.
there.
Just
No.
dip your hand in there, man. That way, anything it touches is gonna get the fucking shit.
No,
okay, so
the game has changed.
The Myco powder is to make roots grow faster, stronger, bigger, correct?
Yes.
So if I start dipping my hand in that before I jerk off at night, does that mean I'll have a really big schlong?
Yes.
You can actually put.
You can let us know. You can let us know, and there may be some viewers here that could use that tidbit.
Life hack.
Remind me not to touch it.
You guys know right now there is nothing you can do to make it bigger other than obvious.
So there's no hope for me, is what you're saying?
There's willpower, man. Don't let her knock you down. You gotta have the will.
We know how to use it, not you.
Right on.
You're stuck with what
She's like, I bet.
Caribou, it's always cold in Canada. It's all good, man.
Thanks, Prophet. That's the most uplifting thing I've ever heard in a while.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, if you consider Canadian shrinkage, fuck, dude, you're probably fucking 3 times as long as you think you are.
Bring him to Miami. That boy will be dragging.
Yeah, you bring him.
I'm gonna go hang out with Rods down in
Florida.
Florida. He'll take me fishing. I'll get up. I'll be like doing the whirly bird and shit like that. Knock myself out, maybe. But that'd be fucking pretty impressive.
I had all my exes convinced that this was 6 inches.
That ain't 6 inches. Shit. Honey, I got some news for you.
Maybe that's why they're my exes. I don't know.
Well, it's just you're really good at playing tic-tac-toe, right, Rick? That's what that is. 3 in a row. I win.
I'm so not surprised. I already picture you being a helicopter guy. I am not surprised at all. That was the first thing you thought of.
Well, back in the day when I used to do a lot of drinking, I was not afraid to get naked in the middle of a party at all, especially if the party was at my place, which it usually was. Like, I remember one time, like, whatever. Me and the girlfriend were in the bedroom. You know what happens? I come out bare ass naked, and there's however many people in my apartment. There's some new dude sitting in the chair over there. And it's like, oh, hey, I'm bare ass fucking naked. Walk through the party, walk up to him. I'm like, hey, man, how's it going? Like, I'm just happy to meet this new person. That's all it is. And like, I'm shaking his hand, but his face is right at cock level, right? And he's just like completely weirded out, like, hey, yeah, that's good stuff.
See, I call it Donald ducking. You gotta, back and forth shit,
But the thing with the helicopter is, like I read Zach Wild's book, Bringing Metal to the Masses, and there's a chunk in there where one of the Dudley boys from wrestling, the tag team group Dudley Boys, one of them did a section, did a thing in the book, and was one of the ways to like clear out a mosh pit or something like that. And he was talking about fucking, if you get in there, drop trow, and you do the fucking helicopter, the whirly bird, whatever you want to call it, you'll see that mosh pit clear out real fast. And I was like, I laughed my ass off because Zach Wild's hilarious. Then I actually saw that happen one time in a mosh pit, and it was fucking true. The mosh pit, get the fuck away from me. This guy's got his dick out, you, and all that stuff. So it's.
I've been in many a mosh pit. I have never seen anybody.
I was gonna say
out in a mosh pit.
I think if somebody kicked that motherfucker straight in the dick,
dude, you're gonna have a lot of balls to run through a mosh pit, fucking naked, man. That's or a lot of alcohol, whichever one you want to call it. But yeah, that's just nah.
Get that thing away from me! Kapow!
Imagine if he just tripped and hit the ground, like. Oh, it'd be all over.
Get like the fucking snail trail up your leg as he fucking bumps into you. You're like,
oh, come on, man.
Etiquette for the mosh pit or what? Like,
no, that's definitely not mob pit etiquette. At least not here. I don't know how you guys do it in Canada.
Well, we've already. It's cold up here. Remember,
we don't do dick swingers.
Fucking shrinkage would make
they
it so it was impossible. Swing it.
We already discussed
so you guys actually have to get close up to each other to really rub up.
Body heat.
It's a very intimate fucking thing, man. They get real close and personal.
It's like closer than an Eskimo kiss, right?
Eskimo brothers go another level.
Igloo lovers.
Okay, I have a story.
Oh yes,
awesome.
Oh geez.
When you
I gotta pee. Should I go?
Earlier when you mentioned about somebody waving their dick in front of your face, so I got to tell you, a million years ago, well, I think it was the late '60s, I was working for the BC Ferries, and I suppose there's a crew of maybe 50, I don't know, maybe 40. And when we switch shifts, the ferry would come in, and the crew would be standing at the bow of the ship, and the other crew that is, oh, I got to back up, beep, beep. In those days, BC Ferries was known to have a lot of queers there, a lot of gays. I think in those days they were called queer, but today they're gay. We're gay. I'm getting lost in this.
They're happy people.
They're, yeah.
And
and anyway, and some people are gay and they are, but they're cool about it, and other people flaunt it. And we had a few that love to flaunt it, and this one guy, like, he was like full blown fairy. And so anyways, now you have to visualize our crew getting ready to leave the ferry, and the other crew standing on the ramp that comes down, and they slowly bring the ramp down, and at one point everybody's head is pretty much at the level of everybody's dick on the ferry that's coming in, on the crew that's coming in. And this guy said, smorgasbord. And that's my story.
So you had a fairy on a ferry.
And it was hungry.
And it was looking at a buffet.
I can't
So
wait
I got a question.
Hey, I do appreciate you having
the show tonight, because we have Uncle Rick explaining what gay means.
Yeah. So I'm just curious, what was on your ferry? Was it a bunch of twinks or a bunch of bears?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that lingo. What is that? Bears and what?
I'm just as confused as you are, Rick. It's okay.
Oh, thank you.
Never mind. Look it up.
I probably won't. I won't lie. I probably won't.
Okay, you're
coming out of your mouth.
You're probably a bear. You look like a bear.
Okay, but I wouldn't mind, while it's on my pea brain bear mind, getting back to microbes. And when you're transplanting, it's nice to take some of those microbes and sprinkle them right on the ground, so that the roots touch them right the moment they are transplanted. Very, very important.
I just throw it right on the roots themselves and in the hole. So, you know, I'll throw the hole and, you know, I'll pull her out. I'll fucking coat that son of a bitch and
That's that
coat
shit.
the hole with it. And there you go. Off you go. I probably use way too much of that shit, but yeah. Then again, I don't also anymore, I don't transplant a whole lot of crazy stuff, and all my stuff has old roots in it, and I have a whole lot of established mycorrhizae. So, but when I do, put a lot of that shit in there.
If your roots are root bound, do you pick at them or cut them or do anything?
Yeah, I have no problem running a knife through my fucking root ball.
Yeah.
I'll run a knife through it. I'll separate them out, pull them up a little bit, throw them all back in the pot. I typically don't have that problem anymore. I don't do a shit ton of letting it go too long like that. Since recently, I've been popping a lot of seeds. So I guess lately, I should say, I just haven't been doing that. So because I've just been on a pretty easy cycle. I'd finish, I'd pop seed, I'd veg it out, I'd start a new tent. So, you know, everything, you know, I'm working on a 10 at a time. So I didn't have to, you know, like manage anything. So I didn't have to worry about transplanting too much. You know, it was able to go right from its seedling stage into its veg and into its home pot. So, but yeah, no problems. I will chop the shit out of the root. You know, run a knife down the quarters, separate them out. You know, get them all nice and open back up, and it helps them honestly. I've seen them flourish a lot. I've seen interesting things like get more branching out of the top side by cutting the roots like that. You know, in a strain that I normally, you know, I wouldn't see that much branching in. So there's, it could have been a coincidence, but you know, I've heard it before. People say the same. So.
Does anybody use any type of like wetting agent when they water, like saponin or anything like that? Any type? I just recently started using soap nuts, and I did notice the difference in the watering and how it absorbs down into the medium. It does make it a little bit easier to water. It takes a lot longer, but it definitely seemed to evenly disperse a lot better. Does anybody use anything like that?
I've been playing with soap nuts a bit lately, but to be honest, I haven't top watered anything in, I'd say, at least a month now. I've been trying to go because I've been dealing with the fungus gnats, and I found that now that I've got the top layer good and dried up, that the fungus gnats are there. I don't think I'll ever get rid of them 100%, but you don't even notice them anymore. So
I agree. I've been doing the same thing. I've been bottom feeding, and I got no choice in my main room. I have to top feed. I've made that commitment, and because I've automated my system.
With getting your saponin in there, do you notice that you're watering less frequently? You know, because you know it helps, and it helps saturate everything, and kind of helps the media hold a little more. Do you notice that you're watering less with that, or are you watering more? You notice more uptake?
We're gonna find out. I just started using it, so yeah.
Just start. Oh, okay, my bad.
Yep.
How about you, Caribou? You said you've been playing with them for a while, so.
Oh yeah, I had it for a while. I just never really used them. You know what I mean? So I just started using it, and I did notice a difference in the watering. First time I used it, I didn't really do it right, so don't even count that. But yeah, I put them in with a little tea I made today, and did it like that, and it worked out really nice. They seemed to like it a lot. I was just thinking, because I was thinking about the fungus gnats and the larvae and stuff like that I've been having problems with. I don't have any actual gnats right now. I was just with that seed that I saw. That's what I'm assuming it was a fungus gnat larvae eating that little seedling. And so I have those mosquito dunks and stuff like that, but I wanted to try something else. So I heard that the soap nuts are actually a pretty good one at keeping those at bay. So we'll see. I guess it is kind of cool in here right now, so it's not like the fungus gnats are very active anyways. If there are any, like I said, after my last grow, everything got topped off, all my soil boxes. There's no actual soil out, so all the fungus gnats were gone, but I still have the larvae in my soil. And I heard that's the part that's hard to get rid of when trying to eradicate them. You can get rid of the actual gnats themselves, but then you got the eggs in the soil. You know what I mean? Then the larvae come, and then bada bing, bada boom, you're breathing in fungus gnats up your nose again. Yeah, so we'll see.
I hope not, because like I've wanted to do to like try and do the synganics and stuff like that and still do my microbe teas. And the only thing stopping me is me making excuses and just being out at work, and the way I have my feeding kind of schedule kind of set up right now. With the bottom feeding, the way I've got everything set up, I've got 3-gallon pots, 2 each in those black propagation trays that you use. And for most of my stuff, I can feed once a week and it's fine. There's a few plants, and this is really cool because you're starting to be able to notice the plants that are the heavy feeders and the ones that not so much at all. Grape ape, for example, doesn't like wet feed, it seems. It's not a big feeder. Whereas the grape diamonds, the one Jack the Ripper, and one of my violators, those things will fucking drink up every little bit that you can give them. I fill up the trays. It takes about a gallon to fill up the trays in between everything with the nutrient solution, and it'll suck that up in no time. I can top that up again, and then again the next day. And when I come back on Friday, it's bone dry and ready to do that cycle again. Whereas not so much with some of those other ones. But one of the things is I've for the nutrient system that I'm using, I have the whole line because I've used the whole line in the past and just trying to figure out which parts I want for what. But then I got into some of that stuff will separate from solution within minutes. There's a one product called Black Storm for I believe it's the fulvic or humic acid is one of the things it's trying for. And you pour it in, it's like ink when you stir it into your water and when you pour it in, and then but it doesn't take fuck all for it separate. Doesn't do much good for me in the butt chugging system. Sounds like it's just going to kind of waste you a whole bunch of money. So now I've just been pretty much just a 3-part solution and a little bit of CalMag for the most part, because everything else is heavy and I don't want to drop it. Oh, and some organic potassium and phosphorus crystals, which came with the Blue Sky nutrient system as well. But none of the fun dark stuff.
But even with the butt chugging system and doing all that, I have no problem watering something on the top. If there's something like that falls out of solution or whatever, just use that one thing as top water to get it in once or twice, however many times you want to get it in, but just top water that shit in there. Ain't gonna hurt nothing.
I'm actually gonna go back to top watering.
No,
I tried butt chugging. I am. That's what I'm doing.
Oh.
Like I tried butt chugging a few times, but I like top watering better. It's just not for me. Thanks, babe.
Well, but I don't get it. Most people that go to butt stuff don't turn back.
Well, I tried. Maybe I'll go back to it.
On what you were saying earlier, DB, yeah, I use aloe for the sapnin and for the wetting agent. So, if I'll make like a tea or something like that, I will grind up, a spear of fucking aloe in my water, let that run through, and that does very much the same stuff. But I've been wanting to play with those soap nuts too. I still have yet to mess with those. But,
they're cool. All you gotta do is throw them in some water. They say you just throw them like shout out to the broskies. They're saying just throw some in a water bottle, shake it up, you know what I mean, every couple 15-20 minutes and you're ready to ride. That's pretty cool. You can use it as a foliar spray and stuff like that. All sorts of good stuff. But that's cool. I didn't know aloe. There's a lot of different things you can use for it.
Thank you.
I don't know right or not, but coconut. Are you out of here?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm sorry.
Later.
Go. Bye. Thanks.
Have a great night.
Later.
Good to see you.
Everybody's sad now that she's gone. Nobody wants to talk.
I know,
Right.
right? I was
I
like,
was
oh my
just gonna say that I think I like the bottom watering and feeding. It seems like I'm not overwatering right now. So
Oh,
maybe larger pots, bottom feeding. Maybe I won't kill nothing this go time or go
Well,
around.
I'm doing straight cocoa, so I'm not worried about overwatering. That's not even a concern of mine.
well, I believe
Time yet.
that Prophet's going to make conversion to soil one day. I believe it. I believe it.
Let me
We
arrange
got-
my yard a little better.
We got him on the LED kick already. It's just a
Yeah.
matter.
We
That'll
did
be
get him
here.
outside. We did get him outside too, and he
Yep,
fucked
you
around
got me
outside.
outside.
You saw how easy that was.
You guys got me looking at autos. I mean, come on, slow down. All right, I can't take it all in. I gotta ease it in.
Is
That's
that
not
why
what I
you
do.
don't want to do the butt stuff? Is you're just worried this is too much? You're stretched out, played out already.
I need to back off on something to fit the light. You know what I'm saying? That's
I get
a
it.
big move.
I get it.
But it ain't going to like. I'm not losing my HPS. Don't get me wrong. That's for my photos. I'm just vegging and doing some autos underneath the LED.
Oh, really? What LED did you get?
I believe it's the SF 2000 by Spider Farmer.
Oh yeah. How many watts?
1000, but
Oh.
whatever it actually puts out, it's like
Believe the
400 or
It's a
something like
1,000-watt
that.
equivalent.
I believe it's a 200 watt light.
Okay, thanks.
I believe it's 200 watt light. It's like if they give you that bullshit, 1,000 watt replacement. It's not. It's
No,
200 watt
no.
LED, I believe. But you'll be good for like your veg. Totally.
What I want to do is just fetch and be able to do autos all the way through with it, and I'm told I'll be fine. So
Absolutely. I did my first couple autos with an HLG 100 in a 2x2. And I didn't even have it close to it, and they came out fucking wonderful. So now, yeah, you'll have more than enough to do some autos with that for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, I did my first auto with first 3/4 of its life with just one maxi sun. It said the 1000, but it was pulling like 90 from the wall. You know what I mean? So, but it did great, man. I think it was frosty as hell, stank, grew great. Of course, you can always get more and stuff like that. But the diodes are great, especially on what you just got. You'll do fine, man. Hell yeah.
and how much more power does that actually pull than the 8-volt T5?
T5s?
Yeah, like the 8-volt.
Yeah, I've never used T5s.
Fucking 8-volt T5's got a lot of power, dude. You'd be saying, well, you'd probably be about the same, somewhere near the same amount of power, actually.
Perfect.
Is that adjustable? Does it have like a little?
The dimmable, yep. See, that's the thing I don't understand exactly, because I know what I do in flour, but for veg, it's usually just, I'd probably keep it on 100 and just let it run.
You got enough height, yeah.
I got plenty of height, yeah.
Yeah, keep it a good distance so they don't fry. You'll look at them and know what's going on.
Especially because, compared to my Raptor, it's like that thick. Compared to my Raptor, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? I got height.
Your
you got plenty of
leaves
height.
will tell you. Your leaves will tell you if you're too close, or if you're a good distance
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, watch out for that. That's that spider girl and the lemon berry that we cut a week and a half ago or whatever. Fucking just cook those. And it's it was sad because they never fully recovered after that. Like the spider girl stopped almost altogether. Any growth it was doing in bloom there, and the lemon berry kind of sort of came back.
I can make it so they're at least 7 feet to pretty much to the ceiling, the lights. So as long as I don't have anything anywhere near that height, I should be good.
Fuck yeah. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with that. I know you've been kind of debating real hard on what to do with your system so that you could run some auto. So it's awesome that you be able to do that. Great to hear. Happy for you.
As long as you can
Thanks.
stay within a couple of feet away, you're good to go.
Yeah, I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Plus, with the photos, I can just keep topping those fuckers, keep them short. And with the autos, I doubt I'll make it to anywhere near that height.
Dude, I'm
Gotta
that
say,
light. You
all
pretty
those
much you
little
throw
kids
that son of a bitch
are
right
so
into it. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm sorry. What'd you?
Oh, just Paula's little kitten there is freaking adorable.
Oh, thank you. I got lost and I'm fairly stoned. I'm like thinking about stuff I should be and grown up and go to bed.
Tara reminds you that you should be in bed too.
That and the clock looking at me, telling me that, it's almost 9:30 here and, 5 o'clock is early.
Sleep well, Paula.
Yes, it is.
Good to see you, Paula.
Good night, Paula.
Good night, Paula.
Later, you have a good
Later,
one.
Paula.
Yeah, on that actually, I just had to actually do some re-rigging for my light because I don't move my lights, but I've been playing around in my no-till bed with my little 2x4. It's pretty easy to get in there and move everything. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna lower and fuck with the lights this time. I've never had a plant stretch like the son of a bitches that are in there now. They won't stop. It's like, son of a bitch, stop. So I actually had to, completely pin my fucking light up to the top of my tent. And I think by the end of it, I think they're still going to be growing into it, but they are pissed. Like, they do not like being that close to that fucking light.
Are they in flower or veg?
It's in flower right now.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's in flower. It's like I think it should just be finishing like the stretch. We all know, they kind of do a little bit of stretch through the whole fucking time, but
Can you crop those fucking branches like inward to the plant or anything like that, or outward?
No, I got it really thick in there, really thick. So if I start bending shit, I'm just gonna start laying it on top of other things. And it's fine. I just had, like I said, it's far enough away now that I'll be good. But yeah, it was kind of like unexpectedly just showed up. I was like, why does the plant look so pissed off right now? And I kind of like didn't realize that it's damn near touching my light. Oh, that's why. It's just one of those things that like didn't compute because it's been up there for so fucking long that I didn't even notice. So once I pulled my head out of my ass and figured out what I was doing, fixed the problem.
I'm glad you said that story because I was thinking yesterday of dropping my light. And I don't think I'm going to.
It's fine. It's just I normally I would have this whole thing trellised through the stretch. I would have been training, and then by the end of it, I would have had exactly what I always have. I don't know what happened this go around. I flipped it early because I was testing some stuff, and we had one funny plan. So the other ones freaked me out. And I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna flip this thing, and I'm gonna make sure everything's copacetic." And so as I flipped it and I'm watching it and everything's going and everything's good, I just watched it grow right past my fucking net, which I hadn't weaved yet. So there's no net in there, and now it's kind of too hard to weave my net around there. So it was just and the damn thing just stretches. So I've never had one like that. If and I honestly, I probably would have screwed this up in the first place because I flipped these way before they even came close to the trellis. And normally I flip when they're at it so that during the stretch, I fill out the rest of my trellis. And had I done that, I would have been kicking myself in the head right now. So it'd have been a nightmare in there. So I'm kind of glad it worked out the way it is. And it's got me thinking of how I'm going to run them next round. But for your light, just know where you need that point to be and make sure that you flip them early enough that you can always lower the light. But if you have a restriction on the height, you can only go so high. So think of that when you're flipping your plants for your height. For sure.
Yes, I have been thinking about that. And I think what I'm gonna do is I am gonna put some trellis in there and start weaving it through, because I have very limited space and I want to get the most out of it that I can. But I have a feeling they're gonna get taller than I want them to. Just because of how slow I was at transplanting them and everything. So yeah, I think I have to do it that way or they're gonna get out of control.
And right now, I mean, it's a great time to start, popping and twisting your stems and everything to do some of that training to make sure you keep it, low. So, don't start getting a lot of that, low stress training now.
I said that at this point, I normally start pinching them. And somebody on my live said, no, it's too soon. But I didn't think it was. Like, do you do it as quickly as you can as well?
Oh, yeah. No, your plants,
were
big enough.
Nodes. I don't care.
Doing what? Topping it?
No, just training it in general. I mean, if you have a plant that needs training, it's old enough to be trained. That's the way that is.
Exactly what I thought. Yeah. See, they convinced me not to, but I knew in my head that I should be. So thank you for saying that.
Yes, those elusive floor lowers. I need to find a floor
Sometimes
lower.
I'm like,
that
is
actually
my computer frozen?
I may as well tell you, I'm having a bit of a nightmare with my tent operation here. It's not going well at all.
Why not, Rick? What's going on?
Well, I when we had the power outage on Sunday, my lights normally go on at 6 in the morning, and the power went out at 7. And so anyway, what do you do when the power's out? Not much. So, but at one point I thought, gee, I wonder if I should check the tent. And oh my God, the humidity was 85%. And I don't have I have a circulation fan, but I don't have a way of replacing the air. I don't have, it was caught with the mudslide. I had ordered it and it's caught in transit somewhere. And I wanted to switch to flower, and with everything going on, I haven't had an opportunity to, just circumstances. And I went in today to do a little bit of low stress training. I broke 3 of the branches, and one was a main cola with about 3 stalks on it.
I think I do that every time I grow a new plant. I do that to, I think, at least, like, if I got 5 plants in there, I'm doing that to like 2 of them. I do it every time.
An
Asian I'm terrible at it, but hey, it's no big deal, man. Tape that thing up and get on. It makes you feel bad, but that plant's gonna take it. It's fine as long as you didn't if there's more than like 2 or 3 threads on there, a little bit of tape, that motherfucker be just fine.
Yep. I already I taped and
bit on it. You're fine.
Did as much as I
know.
could.
It's always makes you feel bad. I did the same thing, man, on this plant. This plant was gorgeous. I mean, the structure was just perfect, and I'm sitting here training it, and I just snap the motherfucker clean off. I'm holding it. I'm like, clone, shit, clone.
Thanks, Fluff. I do feel better. I appreciate it. No, it felt like I was a butcher in there, and the fact is that I've got so many different strains. And how, Caribou, on earth you ever had all of this at your place? I can't imagine. I mean, I'm running out of room here. Anyway, now
that was just his overflow.
I know. And now mine is in overflow, and I got a 5x5. So lost my train of thought. But
they grow up fast, them little kids of ours, don't they?
Well, here, absolutely. And so here's what's happening is because of I don't have my exhaust fan, and I don't think I should go to 12 hours. I'm worried about light leak and all the rest of it. So I've still got it on 18-hour, and they just keep getting bigger and bigger. And oh, that's what I was going to say is unaware as I am about the leaf structure of different plants, I'm more used to all my branches being the same. And maybe that's why I felt like I was a butcher in there and snap this leaf. Oh, wow. Because this one over here was soft. It was, you got to be careful. You treat them all with love and respect.
That was another thing. Like actually really good points here from Shredder in chat. Like one, keeping like a nice silica to make those plants nice and tough to toughen up those cell walls. Obviously great for training, but watering before you train. Making sure that those plants are nice and saturated. That actually helps move them around. They get really stiff and fragile when they're dry or drying out. So to water them before, make sure they're uptaking it nice and happy. And then you'll notice they're a lot easier and a lot more pliable.
That makes sense.
That's actually a great point. So
yeah, I'd always take mine out because it's easier to take the bigger pots out, when they're drier. So I'd always wait to water till after I was done with my training session or whatever. So it does make sense because 9 times out of 10, they were kind of dried out. So yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I keep waiting for somebody to say something else because I'm enjoying the conversation and listening to it. And then you guys shut up and I'm just like, well, I got nothing to say because I was waiting for somebody else to continue because it was good stuff, and now there's no more good stuff. And
I was trying to keep up with our fucking chat here and all the wonderful things that are going on.
Fuck, I can't keep up with them. There are a bunch of yahoos in there.
They have been killing me tonight. I mean, they have been slaying this shit in there tonight. Fuck yeah, dude! Fucking hilarious in there tonight.
I gotta put anything I can make a mark with away when I'm doing the show, because if not, I'll just get my fucking markers out or a pen or something and it's over with. Get stuck doodling.
So actually, Rick, you were talking about how you couldn't believe how I managed to fit all that stuff into my little system. Plus, like that's your overflow. I just started up a bunch of new stuff as well too.
I know.
I got some golden goats going on. Fired up 2 of those. And then the girlfriend wanted to try some skunk #1 from G13 Labs because everybody hears all the skunk talk. We all know about this. And then, but because here's how this worked is I convince her to do seeds for her. And then it means I'm allowed to do some as well for me, right? Wow. And you see what I'm doing? And so for her choice, because I was just trying to be allowed to do like 2 golden goats. And then she's like, well, let's do all 5 of these feminized skunk from here. And I was like, you know what? Like, because I would have been fine to let them just sit there for however long. But it's like, you know what? Yeah, let's give her a shot. Let's see. I'm skeptical. I'll be the first to say it. I'm skeptical, but you never know. And then I was looking at all this different shit in our box, like what should we do? And then I had like 4 or 5 different decisions I was going to make for a third option there. And then I came across this vial of wild Thai seeds that I got from Don Miller. And I was like, you know what? There's a guy who's fucking pheno hunting for like possible future breeding projects and looking for something that nobody else has around. That could be a really good option right there. So we'll see how they go. And I've heard all sorts of horror stories about how certain Thai strains can just all of a sudden everything will be rolling around just fine. Then you'll have an entire branch just herms on you type shit. Hopefully none of that'll happen to me, but we'll see what happens.
It's a long flowering time on that.
I know, and I've got to figure out how to do it in a tent or in a furnace room.
And that reminds me, your super silver haze. what it was like your expected flowering time on that one? Do you have any? Or do you know?
Pretty much everything in my experience that I've grown is about 8 to 10 weeks. There's a few longer
10
strains that are closer to the 10, 12, but around 10 weeks is kind of the average for most stuff. I see, like, when you go to buy a pack of seeds and the breeder says on the seeds pack, like 8 weeks, I just take that for bullshit straight off the bat. Because it's very rare I've seen stuff finish in 8 weeks or less, and that's typically been my own strains that have done that I've bred when I'm pheno hunting and looking real hard and be like, holy shit, this one's turned. Typically, I find this is my experience. I can't speak for anyone else but myself. Is that packs of seeds are 10-week minimum generally.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, it being what it is, I was kind of guessing probably 10 weeks on the nose usually for something like that, but possibly 11 or 12, for something like that. So, but no, that'll work then. So
yeah, it's not a common. Well, in all my stuff right now, I think, well, not all my stuff. My first 6 plants that were organically done, I think those are finishing up week 10 right now, or either week 9, but I'm pretty sure it's week 10. And when BC Stoner Mom and I were checking trichomes on them, I think there was either the Lemon Jeffrey or the Meathead Cross has some nugs that are pretty much ready to go now, and the rest could finish up later. But everything else looks like it's still got another good week or two at least, I would say. Just so it's. But that's I've heard that lots about organic gardening, and that's been another one of my things. Is I find things usually take a little bit longer than they typically would. So it'll be interesting to see that everything I'm growing in this second run, well, not everything, but a lot of it is clones of what's growing in that organic run. So we'll see if I can hurry up that and speed that up a little bit. Everything's bigger already, so that's always a good sign.
I'm thinking about just so I think my pollination on my Hawaiian's a fucking failure. I think my pollen off was, we talked about it. So
yeah,
the whole thing's kind of a wash, and it's got me a little frustrated. So I think I'm going to, just do some testing for a bit anyway. So I think on top of that, I might try like a 5-gallon crack key, bucket. If you've ever heard about one of those. It's kind of like a
no aeration,
non-moving hydro type thing.
Yeah.
But very interested in maybe trying that, and then seeing if maybe it's like a little quicker as hydroponics tend to be, or if it's easy, just if I always thought it was kind of interesting to just grow a plant in some rocks and a whole fuck ton of water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you describe the system that you're talking about, Fluff?
Yeah. So basically, it's what I've seen is you take a 5-gallon bucket, you put like an 8-inch net pot on top of it, and then fill that with hydrogen or perlite or whatever. Set you a clone in there. Let it root down. Keep that bucket full up until roots get into that water, and then as it goes down, you actually have to leave the water. Leave an air gap for roots. But the water doesn't move. There's no pumps. It is literally a bucket of water or nutrients, obviously. But yeah, that's it. So I even thought maybe if I could do like a put like a fabric pot on top of it, put the net pot in it, kind of basically just do an auto pot system, but in a 5-gallon bucket. It'd be really goddamn tall though, which is the problem. So I'm thinking of ideas to fuck around and do something like that. It's just, that's in that dual root zone, but the crack key is just completely, you have your nutrient, or you have, like an organic water mixture or something down there. So I just thought it'd be something really neat to try. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 people do it really successfully, and I've seen it done successfully with like peppers and stuff. But
so
if I'm going to open up, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was wondering, so you would add nutrients to the bucket occasionally during the process? Yeah.
I mean, basically, you're just you're growing your roots in your hydro reservoir. Think of it that way.
Is there much concern about the temperature of the water in the bucket?
The stuff that I've seen, I've not seen anybody mention it. I mean, obviously you don't want it to get too hot because you're gonna get all kinds of weird things happening there. So I would imagine it's got to stay somewhat cool, but I don't know. I've seen it done with pretty good success, and so I figured I might try one in a small system just for fun. You know, open it up. If I try it once, what did I lose out on? An 8-inch net pot, a 5-gallon bucket. You know.
Yeah, I
No
I
big
don't
deal.
know who I heard talking about it. I think it was today or yesterday. That same thing. They were talking about how those like leafy plants do really well on those, and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
for sure. Yeah, leafy plants definitely do really good in that shit. But
It's just
What's it
that
called? That way of growing?
cracky.
Okay.
she doesn't know what you said.
I sure as hell don't.
He still doesn't know what you said, but I don't know what you said either. But I know like the gist of it.
Can you type it? Type it into chat, please.
Yeah,
for the record.
Hell, you know what? To be real honest, I don't know if I remember how. I'm gonna have to fucking look it up real quick. Hold on.
I think it's something along the lines of KRATKY or KRATKEY, something like that. I know a little bit of it, but that's more of in like a table setting, like one of those 4x8 flood tables. And I think what I'd be interested in, Fluff, is if you were to do side by side, do one in an aerated bucket and another in the Kratky.
Yeah. So, and Robin Thomas is talking about the water between 68 and 72 and referring to deep water culture. So one of the main differences with this system as opposed to deep water culture is you're providing more oxygen to the water, which is helping the root system, where this doesn't provide any oxygen.
Yeah, this is a completely passive system.
Yeah, and what's important is you have that root zone that is with just air. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Once you get into it, you know, you're not supposed to reflood that bucket. You know, at that point. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Okay, so it's spelled KRATKY. I did look that up, and yeah, so but yeah, it's like I said, it's just passive, you know, it's just growing in basically it's growing in your res. I mean, is what it is. And it just seemed really interesting and easy, and I'm all about that shit. And definitely the water temperature, I mean, I can see that in anything, if you get above those certain temperatures, you're just going to get into a lot of problems with slimes, algae, and then just getting into some real bad conditions for pathogens and shit. So
now, when it comes to DWC, I got a buddy that's running, and he's running into a little bit of an issue right there. He doesn't have any chillers in his, and it looks like he's running into lockout almost. And then so I asked him to send me a picture of, because I was sitting there thinking, and then I asked him last time I saw him if he had the chiller. He's like, no. And I'm like, well, okay. So I started going through the checklist and everything, and then I was like, hey man, can you send me a picture of your roots? And he showed me a picture, and that's exactly what it was. I mean, they're just covered, you know, and they're not able to uptake anything. They're just so clogged up. So that'll definitely be something, because I really want to get into this aquaponics, man.
Yeah, and in chat, the DWC Grow dude making a very good point is the temperature is highly dependent on the amount of oxygen that water holds. So, you know, the hotter it is, the less oxygen it holds.
What you're feeding it as
Obviously,
well, right?
Right.
Does that
and
play with it?
Not really with the feed part of it, but definitely for the oxygen, it's a huge part of it. So, you know, when you're running a system where you're not moving anything, oxygen in the water is the absolute most important part. So the temperature would definitely be something that's got to be looked into.
Yeah. Yeah. And you were talking about that as well, Green Goddess, in your video about the air bubbler, how that is very important. Again, getting that oxygen into in the water any way possible.
Yeah, so I was talking about getting like a big garbage can, like Uncle Rick's fish are living in, just so that I don't have to like keep chugging water back and forth, right? But then I was like, I don't want to leave it just sitting there, so that would be a good idea then, is to put like a little bubbler in it, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah, it's going to rise. Your pH is going to rise a bit, but not enough to concern yourself. You may have to drop your pH a bit before you use it, but no big deal.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, folks, I'm out. I got to get up really early and I haven't ate yet. So I'm starving and I'm going to go to sleep.
Good to see you, Green Goddess.
This was really cool. I learned a lot tonight. And I will.
Good night.
Great
Sleep
night.
well.
Have a
Have a
great
good
night.
night.
Bye, guys.
It's kind of getting close to that time, isn't it?
Yeah, I got some
You got any-
Yeah.
shit to do.
Hey,
All
so I guess while we're on our way out, like Rick, you want to like plug your shit? Crazy Pop Mom, plug her thing one more time.
Yeah. We on my channel, Let's Be Buds. We've got a RSO show. Spartan Grown will be there. Green Goddess and her friends, CC Tour, and it's going to be an RSO show. So there's that's tomorrow night. So
What time?
Yeah, I only heard about that today.
yeah,
So we've only
it's not a
started
big
the show on
deal.
Wednesday. So
It's
I
not
was
a-
like, I didn't know that there was competition. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about the issue of us
And-
both having our show on at the same time. I don't know.
And you
It
know what?
wasn't planned like that.
Yeah, you know what? There is no competition. So we all have a choice in life, and we get the opportunity to watch both shows. So
Yes, they're taped, and that's the good thing about it. That's why I'm not too concerned. But I was like, I don't know. Like Tara was asking, what are you gonna do? I'm not gonna do anything. It wasn't like I was like, oh, Rick's show's on Wednesday night, and I'm going to have the art show. No, the art show last time was on Wednesday night, and we agreed Wednesday night was a good night for all the extra stuff that Caribou does, and we roll with it. So yeah, no competition, like you said. But I didn't know until today. I was like, oh goodness gracious.
yeah.
So yeah,
no,
so tomorrow night at 9 p.m. is the art show for on here on Caribou Heart TV, and we're gonna have a bunch of people doing many things.
That should be
I
exciting.
see DP, he's distracting the crap out of me. So DP will be there. Very entertaining. You should show up.
I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'll be there.
we know
Yeah,
Dick
9
Pick's still
p.m.
there.
Eastern time. 8 p.m. Central, if I'm not mistaken.
Imagine a whole lot like the same thing you did tonight. Make shit the whole time you're supposed to be talking to people.
I'll probably paint a banana or a mango. Who knows?
Dude, a banana?
We're
You're gonna paint a
artists,
banana?
that's
Are you
what
are
we
you gonna
do.
make a lifelike dick on a banana?
Well, wait.
for the show?
Didn't you do a tattoo live the last time? You got to top that shit. And now you got
I
less than
know,
24
right?
hours to come up with something.
Tattoo a dick or tattoo a banana to look like a real dick. Haha.
That's acceptable.
Job.
I'm
That
getting
is
a
acceptable.
Dremel. I'm getting a Dremel soon, so that'll be fun. I can start carving stuff and
Wait till what? Come on.
That will be
So
cool.
that's what we're gonna do for the next art show, DP. You're gonna do the carving of the wood. That would be freaking
nobody
amazing.
knows. Who knows?
I can
It's a
only hope.
secret.
He'll probably have figured it out,
Guys,
done
is
7
that-
of
is
them,
it
and
bothering you
already
that
on to something
bad?
else. by
I'll
then.
be on to something else by then, I'm sure. I can't stick to anything for long enough.
Caribou, we got high and tight wanting to come in. Are we closing up?
Yeah, I think we're done.
Well,
Um,
put a cake with him. He's a cool motherfucker, man.
He is a cool motherfucker. I feel bad.
You should have hit that damn thing earlier. Oh, you
Yeah.
just put one out there. What are you just putting it out there for?
No, it's
Really?
been
Who just put it out there?
Well, Caribou a little bit ago.
like a long time ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So-
Still in chat though.
What we got to do now is get a hold of High and Tight and get him on for
Yeah.
Next Tuesday. We'll have a fucking show high and tight next Tuesday. How's that?
Fucking right.
We
If I
got Chris
can't-
Merch next Tuesday, but
Okay.
Oh, goddamn her.
I'm
All
so
right, well,
upset
I
he
tried.
took this picture. He said he had to like grow up and stuff. I understand, but I really enjoyed his last picture. It made me laugh super hard.
well, High Tight could come on Friday, or if he's down for a wake and bake, do we have anybody planned for Sunday?
nobody planned for Sunday.
Well,
Yeah.
that's on him. I can't see chat, so if anybody's looking at chat, if he's in there.
All right.
So-
Well, okay. Anyways, High and
God
Tight.
here's here.
We're a
Hazel
little
is here.
ahead of them though. You gotta wait a second to get that information.
Okay, he's there. He's there.
Hey there.
Give him a
Anyway,
second.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay. And
So
is
hit
with
them
that,
up, maybe Sunday morning. There you go. Cheers.
all right. Cheers, everyone in chat. We love you.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Later,
call it a
chat.
night. Profit. You know what to do.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Later, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, that's right. You guys do that late in the year. We already did that like a month
Oh,
ago.
Yeah,
yes.
we're thankful like months ago.
Yeah. I said you
Come
guys
on.
just a little more efficient at getting to
We're
Thanksgiving than we are.
One with our measurement system too. It's just like
Procrastinators, even for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
You know we love you.